Alright, to start the video, I need to make a disclaimer. Markhor rank no longer exists in Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. What was originally Markhor rank in the original Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater is now replaced with Whale rank. All the requirements are still the same to achieve this title. Find every single food item, animal, and plant or vegetation in the entire game. I am not sure why they decided to replace Markhor rank with Whale rank, but they did. So let's just move on. So like I said, you are rewarded with Whale rank, and then it gives you the easy gun if you find every single food item, every food source, every fruit, vegetation, and animal in the entire game of Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure the game only requires you to find 48 different items, but for my video, in my list, I have 53 total items, and this is what I used to find my Whale rank. Now to be clear on the details, you do not have to eat every single item you find, you do not have to capture every single animal alive, you just have to find each item at least one time, pick it up, and put it in your inventory, and you're good. Most of these items can be found in multiple different areas as you go through your journey of Delta Snake Eater. Meaning, if you miss an item in a certain area, or if you miss the item in the area I show you in my video, there's a good chance you can find it again in a future location or a different location later on in the game. I will be showing you every single item what I believe is the most convenient location to find it, or the first location you come across it in your game. One of the best quality of life improvements we now have with Delta Snake Eater compared to the original Snake Eater, when you go to the main menu, we can see every single title available to us in the game and what the requirements are for every single title. And right here, this one is the perfect explanation of the original Markhor rank. Capture every single plant and animal, and the reward is the same, the easy gun. Another quality of life improvement we can take advantage of is going to the pause menu and seeing your current statistics for your current playthrough, so you can see every single plant or animal you've captured throughout your playthrough. So make sure to keep track of that and keep checking your pause menu to see how many you're at and how many you still need. And we're going to start with the very beginning of the game, the Virtuous mission, and we're just going to keep going right on through to Operation Snake Eater. So let's begin at the very first location in the entire game, Dremuchij South. This is the very first location Snake is dropped in during the Virtuous mission. The very first animal of the video is going to be the giant anaconda, which is slithering right here outside this patch of grass. When you're hunting snakes, keep in mind the non-venomous ones are going to be passive and they are not going to attack you. But the venomous ones are going to be aggressive and they will attempt an attack. This first area, Dremuchij South, is very convenient and very good for crossing off a few different items off the list right away. We have a mushroom, the very first fungi of the list, the Siberian ink cap. Then the second fungi we can find is right here on this log, the Russian oyster mushroom. We can find a few different reticulated pythons in this area, but right on the other side of the log we can find two just crawling throughout the grass. The reticulated python is probably the most common snake throughout the entire game. And if we look up in the trees, we can find some Russian false mangoes. Sometimes when you're collecting food items, you'll notice they also drop a medical supply. Always make sure you pick up this medical supply if this happens. I'm pretty sure you need to collect all these medical supplies to achieve this rank. In the same area, we can also find our very first bird hiding throughout the grass, the magpie. And there are plenty of magpie flying throughout the entire game, so if you can't find it here in the grass, you'll definitely find one in the future at a different location. We're moving on to the very next area, Dremuchij Swampland, and the first item we're going to pick up, it's pretty obvious. You can't miss it. It's pretty big. That's what she said. Anyways, we're going to find the crocodile, or formerly called the Indian gavial. And the crocodile is going to be the first item on our list for the water category. In the same area, you can look up in the trees and we'll find another fruit called the golava. And there's also one that's actually embedded on the ground. You can kick or shoot that one as well. And I believe the golava is Snake's favorite fruit throughout the entire game. He loves how it tastes, so if you find one, make sure to always pick it up. Alright, we're moving on forward a little bit to Dolinovodno. Dolinovodno is an iconic location. It's where the rope bridge is above the river, where Snake gets betrayed by his former mentor and tossed off the bridge. It's basically the start of the whole entire story, but up in the trees we can find the hornet's nest, and if you shoot it down, the hornets will attack any enemy in the area. And in the same trees we can find the Jabloko Moloko, or I just call it the milk apple. It's just easier. Snake does not like how these taste, which is crazy because it's called a milk apple. You would think it'd be delicious, but nope. Moving forward a little bit, we're going to Rassvet, and this is where you find Sokolov hidden in the red building. But under the building, if you crawl through, we can actually find a couple rats. And on top of the red building, we can find another bird called the Sunda whistling thrush. Make sure not to get too close or they'll fly away, but shoot them from a distance and you'll be all good. The Sunda whistling thrush and the magpie are pretty similar. I get them mixed up all the time. The Sunda whistling thrush is a solid black bird, and the magpie is a black bird, but it has more white feathers. But if you get them mixed up and you don't find one or the other, don't worry, they're pretty common. You can find them throughout basically the whole game. Dremuchij East. This is the end of the Virtuous mission. Now we're beginning Operation Snake Eater. And the very first item we're going to find in Operation Snake Eater is a flying squirrel. You should be able to find it either crawling through the grass, climbing up a tree, or gliding from tree to tree. The flying squirrel is one of the more rare or elusive animals throughout the game, so make sure you always pick it up here and don't miss it. Here we're going to find our third fungi called the Balcha scaly tooth. I don't know, I'm doing my best here to pronounce these correctly. It kind of blends in, it can be hard to find, but you should find it right on the log. The very next area is Dremuchij North, and we're going to find our next snake, the green tree python, just hanging out in one of the trees. This is right before the cutscene with the boss and her horse, and no, you cannot find the horse and eat it. It's not part of the video, it's not an edible item, no. And technically in the same area, Dremuchij North, right after the horse and the boss scene, if you go through the grass right here, we can find our next snake, the king cobra. It's dark, it's kind of hard to see, and it's kind of blending in, but if you look closely, it's there. Just make sure not to get bit. It's a venomous snake. Alright, we're going back to Dolinovodno, the rope bridge above the river, and we're grabbing the hornet's nest. Make sure to grab this hornet's nest right here. It's very important. Do not eat it. We're going to save it and do something special with it. You can find 2 of them on both sides of the bridge. Remember, don't eat them until I say it's okay. We're going to collect these and save them. And then when you're in Rassvet, go ahead and collect the thermal goggles. You can find them in the locker. It'll be a lot easier to find every animal with these. Next area, Chyornij Prud, Chyornij Prud, I don't know. This is right after when you fight the Ocelot unit and you meet Eva for the very first time. It's in the swamp area. We're going to find our next snake, the coral snake. And this is very similar to our next snake, which is the milk snake. But the coral snake is venomous, it's aggressive, it has yellow in it. The milk snake is cute and harmless, and it has no yellow. Here in the same swamp area of Chyornij Prud, we can actually find all 3 frogs that are available to us in the game. The whole category of frog can be found here in this one area. The autumn frog is going to be a more fatter gray frog, and then the poison dart frog and the green tree frog, well, they're pretty self-explanatory how you can find those. But if you look close enough and you use the thermal goggles, you should be able to find all 3 frogs swimming along the coastline right here. While you're in the water searching for these little dudes, just be wary you don't get eaten by any crocodiles. We're skipping forward a little bit to Balcha past base. This is right before the Ocelot boss fight. We're going to find a food storage area. Now you can find multiple of these throughout the game. Always go in here and collect the food. You can find a ration and a calorie mate here. That is 2 out of 3 for the people foods. And when you're in here, make sure to grab the mousetrap for our next item. Like I said, inside the food storage building, make sure to grab the mousetrap and go back to Balcha past south and put the mousetrap down on the ground. We're going to capture the most rare animal in the entire game, the Tsuchinoko, which is number 7 on our snake category. Put the mousetrap down, leave the area, and come back, and you should be able to capture the Tsuchinoko right away. There's multiple different areas we can find the Tsuchinoko. That's going to be a separate video for its own time. After the Ocelot boss fight, Snake is going to jump down into this crevice and we're going to encounter this cave area. And the very first animal we're going to look for, there's multiple different Taiwanese cobras we can find. Careful, it is venomous, it will bite you. Make sure you use the thermal goggles, it'll be a lot easier to find all these animals. In this cave area, we can also find the torch and also the night vision goggles. Next fungi on the list is the Russian glowcap. You should be able to find it fairly easily. It's the only thing that's giving off light in the cave. And in this same area, if you go to the bottom of the waterfall where you'll find the torch, you can find over a dozen different crabs. Grab as many as you want, but do be aware, seafood in this game spoils and goes rotten faster compared to other food categories. Within the cave, you should be able to find some vampire bats. They'll be up on the ceiling, or they'll be flying around. If you make a ruckus, go ahead and just grab one. Now remember I told you to hold on to a couple of those hornets nests and don't eat them? This is why. We're going to save them for the pain boss fight. If you equip them like a weapon and throw them on the ground, they can actually capture a few of the pain's hornets and it'll make a brand new food item. Now I'm not sure if it's required to achieve the rank, but better safe than sorry. The regular hornet's nest is now upgraded to the pain hornet's nest. After the pain boss fight, we're going to go into the Ponyzoviye South, which is a really cool creek area. If you go in the creek or you look down, you can find a bunch of different animals here. It's a really cool area. It has a bunch of different wildlife. It's really cool. I like this area. It's really fascinating. Here we're going to complete our water category and capture 3 different fish. The big-eyed trevally, which is a small little fish. It's really fast. We're going to capture the arowana. It's a big fish. And a maroon shark. It's a medium-sized fish. This creek area is one of my favorites in the game. It is thriving with wildlife. You can find a tree frog in this area, you can find a crab in the water, you can find some birds up in the trees. It's really cool here. I like it. Ponyzoviye warehouse exterior is at the very end of the creek. This is where you will encounter a very long cutscene. When the cutscene is over, you'll find a couple spiders crawling on the wall. Go ahead and capture them, or just blow them up with TNT. Graniny Gorki South is a really cool area where we fight the fear boss fight after you go talk to Granin and come back. But in this area we can find a lot of different food items. But for now we're going to focus on another fungi, the fly gark mushroom. But be careful, it's poisonous. Try feeding it to the fear during his boss fight. In this area we can find another food item, the rabbit. Ooh, that wascowee wabbit. Make sure while you're chasing the rabbits, you don't actually fall into one of the traps laid out in the area, like I did. This location is actually where we can find the Tsuchinoko again. Like I said, you can find it in multiple different areas. This is one of those areas. But that first area I mentioned earlier in the video, that's the most convenient location to capture the Tsuchinoko, in my opinion. But here is the rabbit. Graniny Gorki Lab exterior outside walls is the very next area, and we're going to capture a very elusive, very tiny, very rare bird. I actually never knew this bird existed until I made my original Markhor video for the original game, and this is called the red avatavat. Like I said, it's so tiny and so elusive and so just hard to see and find, it's hiding in the grass, so equip your thermal goggles and you'll find it no problem. You'll probably see it better if you try hunting it during the day. Next, we're gonna go inside the Graniny Gorki Lab and go to the courtyard area. This is where we're gonna find our next fungi called the spatza, or the sleep mushroom. On the base of the tree, we're gonna find the spatza right there, and also grab the handkerchief so you can also pick up this ammunition that the spatza dropped. In the same area of Graniny Gorki, go inside this library area, and we can find 4 different medical plants in these planted pots. Go ahead and shoot them, and they'll all drop their own specific medical plant. Hello, Mommy Yamasaki. Hello, Mommy. Everyone say hi to Mommy. Hello. Alright, we're going to Svyatogornyj South, and this is another location we can actually find the Tsuchinoko, but like I said, different video, different day. In this area, we can find a lot of different medical plants. Go ahead and equip the thermal goggles and just get every single item you can find here. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure if medical plants are required to get the whale rank. I'm not 100% sure if the hornet's nest full of the Payne's hornets is required. Probably not, but I don't care. Better safe than sorry. We should just grab everything we can just to be safe. In the same location, we're actually gonna complete our next category, fruit. Look up in the trees, hanging on some vines, we're gonna find some vine melons. Next is Svyatogornyj West, which is the very next area before the end boss fight, and in this area we're going to complete the fungi category. That is 4 different categories, all complete. The Luminescent mushroom. The scaly tooth mushroom should also be in this area, but the Luminescent mushroom is poisonous and can be a little difficult to find. It's on the bottom of tree trunks and it blends in very well. Next food item we're gonna find is actually only available during the end boss fight. If you don't get it here, can't get it anywhere else. Yeah, that's right. You know what I'm talking about. The end's spotter, his pet parrot. I like to capture it alive to find the end if I can't find him. If you capture the parrot alive and then throw it, it'll go flying to his direct location. It's basically like a tracking device. Anyways, capture the parrot dead or alive if you want. Just make sure not to miss it during the end boss fight. You should be able to find it hiding up in the trees. And with that, that should be 4 out of 5 different birds for our bird category. Sokrovenno North, or any of the Sokrovenno locations where you fight the end, there's going to be an animal here called the Markhor, the Snake Eater. It's a goat. If you go to the 3 different areas where you can fight the end, the Markhor can be found in 2 of the different areas. And this is the inspiration for the original achievement, Markhor rank, but for some reason they changed it to whale. I don't know why. Oh well. After the end boss fight and after you climb up the ladder and you get the Snake Eater theme song playing in the background, you're going to come to the mountain areas, and here we can find our next snake, the Thai Cobra. And yes, I know you can find the Thai Cobra in a previous area, but I just believe it's most convenient and easiest to find it here because there's multiple of them throughout this whole mountain area. Make sure to grab one. And in this same mountain area, we can actually cross off another category, other category, where we can find a few different scorpions crawling on the ground up here. Same thing with the spiders. Make sure not to get too close or they will sting you. And in this mountain area, we can complete another category, bird category, with the vulture. They're big, they're mighty, they're majestic, they're delicious, they're everywhere. Just make sure to grab one. After you leave this mountain area and when you have the Fury boss fight, I believe you cannot capture a vulture again in the main story. So yeah, make sure to grab one here. Up in the mountains, after the cutscene with Eva, and before the Fury boss fight, inside the building, there are a couple instant noodle packets that Eva left for Snake as a gift. And this completes another category, people food. And yes, I know you can find instant noodles in a previous area at previous food storage locations, but Eva gave this to Snake as a gift, so it's special. Groznij Grad Weapons Lab, East Wing, just in case. This is your last chance to grab a few medical supplies. There should be 4 of them. Right here at the main entrance, go to this little plant area. You should be able to find 4 of them right here, just in case. Pick them up. Better safe than sorry. Alright, this is our last category, 12 out of 12 snakes, and we're gonna find 3 white snakes slithering along the ground next to 3 fallen logs during the boss fight. It can be difficult to find 3 white snakes slithering through a field full of white flowers during the final boss fight of the game, so look for the 3 fallen tree trunks and use your thermal goggles. Every snake is named after Big Boss's future sons: Liquid Snake, Liquid Dust Snake, and Solid Snake. Alright, there we go. That is every single food source that you have to find for the whale rank in Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. This is my self-made guide and my self-made list I used to achieve this rank, so I know for a fact it works. Now the game, as you can see right here, has all these animals listed in a different category than what I put them in, and I put them in categories that made sense to me, so whatever. Like right here, I don't think spiders, scorpions, and birds, and rats, and rabbits all belong together in the same category. Those should all be separate. Anyways, thank you for watching. Hope this video helped you. Good luck, happy hunting, and be on the lookout for future Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater videos. Next, I'll probably make the Tsuchinoko video, and yeah. And if anyone has more information why they changed the name from Markhor Title to Whale Title, please let me know. I really don't know why. I couldn't find any information, so yeah, comment below. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. Love you. Mwah.